Shalom, family, and Messiah Yeshua. Shalom to the worldwide YouTube and social media community. This is your beloved brother ShaulYisrael. Come back again with another Yahweh-inspired message. I'll be reading from the book of Ecclesiasticus, starting at verse 29. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, starting at verse 29. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, starting at verse 29, and I read, Fear Yahweh with all your soul, and reverence his priest. Love him that made you with all your strength, and forsake not his ministers. Fear Yahweh, and honor the priest, and give him his portion, as is commanded you, the firstfruits, and the trespass offering, and the gift of the shoulders, and the sacrifice of sanctification, and the firstfruits of the Sabbath things. Turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 8. And 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 7. Who goes to warfare anytime in his own charges? Who plants a vineyard and eats not of the fruit thereof? Who feeds a flock and eats not of milk of the flock? Say I these things as a man, or say it not the law the same also? For it's written, in the law of Moses, you shall not mow the mouth of the ox that treads at the corn. Does Yahweh take care of oxen? Or says he it altogether for our sakes? For our sakes, no doubt. This is written, that he that plows should plow in hope, and that he that thrests in hope should be partaker of his hope. If we have sown unto you spiritual things, is it a great thing if we shall reap your carnal things? If others be partakers of this power over you, are not we rather? Nevertheless, we have not used this power, but suffer all things, lest we should hinder the gospel of Hamashiach. Do you not know that they which minister about several things live of the things of the temple, and they which wait at the altar are partakers of the altar with the altar? Even so has Yahweh ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. So I read it to say this. Yahweh has ordained that the assembly of the redeemed is to support his ministry, because his ministry, who he set apart unto himself, who has reserved unto himself for the purpose of proclaiming and instructing the body of Hamashiach Yeshua, that the body may be matured into the fullness of the renewed man, that the body may be fully used by Yahweh. So Yahweh has ordained that the assembly support his ministry. Neglect not the ministry. As is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 16. 16 and verse 1. Now concerning the collection for the reconciled ones, as I've given order to the assemblies of Galatia, even so do you. Upon the first day of the week, let every one of you lay by him a store, and Yahweh has prospered him, that there be no gathering when I come. So, as Yahweh has prospered you, as Yahweh leads you, send forth support to the ministry. Those who labor in word and doctrine, those who proclaim and preach sound doctrine, doctrine that is rightly dividing the word of truth. Give your faithful support in your finances, in your prayers, in your encouragement, your admonishment. or Yahweh has ordained that the assembly of Yahweh support his ministry, as it was under the Levitical priesthood, who then receive an inheritance for the cause Yahweh has enacted under the Levitical system, the tithes and offerings to go to the Levitical priests. So forth under the Melchizedek priesthood, Yahweh has ordained that his ministers be supported by the assembly, not by tithes and offerings, but by liberality, voluntary giving. I can't tell you how much to give. That's between you and Yahweh. But all I can say is send forth your support to the ministry of Yahweh, to the ministry of our beloved King and Messiah Yeshua of Nazareth. It's written in Ecclesiasticus chapter 7. Okay. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 30. Love him that, verse 29, fear Yahweh with all your soul and reverence his priests, his ministers. We as the assembly must reverence the ministry of Yahweh. Those men whom Yahweh has chosen to preach his gospel, to develop us into the image and likeness of Yeshua HaMashiach, they are worthy. We are worthy of our hire. So I exhort and admonish you to support the ministry of Yahweh. Fear Yahweh with all your soul and reverence his priests. Love him that made you with all your strength and forsake not his ministers. Fear Yahweh and honor the priest and give him his portion as commanded you, the first fruits, and the trespass offering, and the gift of the shoulders, and the sacrifice of sanctification, and the fruits of the Sabbath things. And stretch your hand unto the poor, that your blessing may be perfected. Turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 8. Second Corinthians 8 and verse 2 chapter 9 rather, in verse 6. But this I say, he was sow sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he was sow bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposes in his heart, so let him give, so not grudgingly or of necessity, for y'all love the cheerful giver. So if we want to be wise in our finances, we would be mindful to support the ministry, not neglect the ministry, particularly those men who labor in word and doctrine. According to the scriptures, as Yahweh has prospered you, set aside what you are going to give to support the ministry. You don't have to be a set amount, but let your giving be based upon the law of sowing and reaping. If Yahweh has prospered you much, you're to give much to the support of the ministry. You're to give much to the support of the poor, to widows, the orphan. For Yahweh has ordained that the assembly of Yahweh and Yeshua HaMashiach is to be supported by the ministry of Yahweh and his beloved Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, to be supported by the assembly. Particularly in these perilous times, these hard times, the ministry needs your support. We need your prayers, your supplications, your intercession, family. I pray, Yahweh, that He continue to raise up faithful men and women to support the ministry. Even without the support, we still are obligated by the calling of Yahweh to preach and teach the gospel. When this ministry needs your support, family. Oh Yahweh, in the name of your beloved Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, I pray that you, by your Spirit, stir sincere hearts to take to heart these words you have placed on my heart and mind. I pray that you will stir sincere souls to judge themselves and to submit themselves to your leading to support your ministry, particularly those ministers whom you have chosen to preach in word and doctrine, those who are faithful ministers. Direct sincere souls to support the ministry of Yahweh. Continue to strengthen your ministry, your ministers. Continue to grant revelation. Increase faith, O Yahweh. Continue to draw us close to you. Make us one with you. Continue to manifest miracles, wonders, and signs by the name of your set-apart child, Yeshua of Nazareth, that your name may be glorified. I thank you for allowing your servant to speak forth your word of truth, for granting me a mind and wisdom to speak forth the truth of your word. I give your name honor, glory, and praise. So be it. So be it. Shalom.